But
This is gonna
I'm
be
enjoying it,
this
so.
is gonna be a tough listen. This is gonna be a tough listen, but
yeah, at least we know that though. Like,
but if you made it to this, and I'm a little bit disappointed about that, to be honest.
let's put wait say something to the camera. Let's put this clip at the beginning of the video. So disclaimer, this is gonna be a tough listen. We're very sorry.
This is gonna be a tough listen for sure.
So buckle up.
We are back.
Thanks for introducing the podcast for me. Why don't you take it away?
Welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world, 6x6 Studios.
This is Ricky the AGUIAR, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone clap for him at home. How does it feel to be here?
Honestly honored. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, Rick.
Thank you.
Slick Rick.
I'm proud of you for starting it.
I want to update all the fans out there. I'm getting better at this. I set all this up by myself this time with no help. No Falk, no Rick. Completely set it up myself. It took a while, but we're here. I think everything's working. We're going to run into some issues again, but I'm feeling confident today. And I am so honored and so lucky to be seated across from the Slick Rick, Ricky the No Aguiar, RDA, Linus. He has a lot of names.
Linus.
Monk.
The latest one.
Talk to me. How's your day going?
It's good. I fresh out of sandbar last night.
How do you feel?
Feeling good.
I don't feel myself, you know. I've had better days.
Do you not?
I had a headache earlier,
So did I,
but now I'm good.
We're good.
Just being here with you is bringing my day up.
Yeah, not ideal circumstances, but we're making it work.
So yeah, Ricky and I went out last night. Very, very foolish of us to go out the day before the podcast. You know, it's not very responsible of us.
Yeah, but it'll work out.
And I have this thing apparently where all the podcast guests I have, I asked them to do it the night before, like super late.
There you go.
So I asked you in the middle of
I got 2 a.m.
Sandbar at 2 a.m. You said yes.
Honestly, I was excited. Like, you saw my reaction. I was like, I had to pause for a second, and then I was like, damn, like, this is happening.
You lit up.
I've been waiting for this.
I've been waiting too. You told me, so you watched the first episode, I hope.
Yeah, I
What'd you
did.
think of
The
it?
whole thing. I thought it was good. I didn't think, I didn't realize how complicated it actually was until I saw you guys deal with all the problems.
Yeah.
But Falco's a good guest to have. He's super knowledgeable on his subjects of expertise.
He's a wealth of information.
Yeah.
For sure. And I'm pretty proud of myself for keeping up with him.
Yeah.
I held my own.
You did. And it was cool seeing him not Falky.
Yeah.
Going out Falky.
So, I mean, I'm sure most people that saw it know him, and they know that that's the most cleaned up and calm
yeah, for sure.
he's ever been, but it was, like, cool seeing not, like, the real him, because we always see the real him, but, like, him calm and, like, explaining what he's thinking, which I think is the point of podcasts.
100%.
So yeah, I think it was a great experience, like the actual filming of it and the talking. The setting up was horrible, the editing was horrible, but what we're doing now was the best part and super worth it.
How long was that episode?
An hour and a half.
Okay.
I think we filmed for like an hour 45.
And how long was the editing process?
A week.
Nice.
But because it had to be like that's why I wanted to do this one earlier, because I don't want to be like rushed at the end of the month.
That's true.
But anyway, Rick told me that he wanted to start a podcast.
Yeah, so kind of similar for your reasons. I think more for me, it's like the personal growth aspect. You just learn a lot. Like right now, it's my first time on camera, and it's like I'm a little bit apprehensive, but I'll ease into it.
Vlog
I will ease into it, yeah, for sure. But in this sort of format where you just get to talk and speak your mind and get better at like formulating and putting together sentences. And if not for anything else, just to look back on it in like 5-10 years, it'd be cool.
You're gonna learn, because it happened to me with the last episode. You're gonna learn watching this back, like so many things about yourself.
100%.
Like how you act,
Yeah.
the things you say, how you say them. It's kind of freaky.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I noticed with mine, I'm very like reserved,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone knows that, and I'm fine with that. But I didn't think I was like that boring. I came off, at least in my head, so boring in the first episode, and maybe it's because Falk like goes on these streams of consciousness of finance, and I'm just kind of like trying to follow along. But
no, but look, you've already learned that.
Yeah,
you've already learned
but
one
that's
thing.
yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. I want to like look at myself and be like, you know, just get better at having conversations and like talking to people.
100%.
So you're gonna see something about yourself that it's an area for improvement.
It's gonna be strange,
or maybe you're perfect
for an hour just watching myself speak, because I've never done it ever, obviously. I gave a presentation in class the other day. I wish I recorded myself.
Well, this is not gonna be a presentation. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this is different for sure.
So why? You told me you wanted to start a podcast when I started this one.
Yeah.
And I take it as a point of pride that like I can kind of, I don't know, not inspire my friends to do what they want to do, but get you thinking about it and see that you can do it. So why have you like not started a podcast yet? Like what's been holding you back?
Yeah, I wish I would just do things without so much hesitation, for sure. And that's obviously, I've told you, something I admire about you and like Falk and content creation wise, which I've always been interested in. Always been a big YouTube guy. Why I haven't started it, honestly, I get comfortable with where I'm at, and it's kind of just obviously it's easier to not, right? Sometimes I guess it's one aspect is you really have to like not care what people think, obviously, which I guess everyone struggles with. I struggle with that.
For sure.
But I think once you put out one piece of content, it gets easier to put out the next. You get more confident, you learn more, like you said, and it's literally just do it, just start. And so that's what I try and tell myself. I'm yet to do so, but same thing with like making an Instagram for photography and things like that.
You really do just have to start.
Yeah.
Like the funny thing is, like, for most people, being on camera is like a wild thing, but I've done it so many times since high school with the vlog that like that was the last thing on my mind about why I wouldn't do this. Like, I'm pretty comfortable with it now. So it's just practice. Like it's
100%.
It really is just starting, even if it's horrible. But if you start and you get better, like every time, 6 years later, however long I've been on camera, like I think I'm pretty chill with it now.
On the vlogging point, so I know Fox a big Logan Paul guy.
Have you been waiting to say this?
Is that correct? He is, right?
I think he used to be more, but yeah.
So yeah, I was as well, and I still watch his podcast. His Impulsive is actually my favorite podcast.
I see it on TikTok
with Mike and them. But you said the vlogging, and he used to vlog a lot in 2017 when we were seniors and you were a junior. But the summer before I went to college, we went to Colorado, and my uncle had like a little Sony like that, and I made vlogs in Colorado, and I edited them on the trip.
They've never been seen.
And they're like 3 episodes and like a couple unfinished. And I put like slow-mos in there, and I edited it.
Oh
with,
snap!
Like,
There's I've never before seen Rick footage,
and so I have to find them, but I'll share them with you. So I've always been kind of like into it. You
need to. I mean, from the sounds of it, it sounds like you have like a couple different areas of interest and things you want to do. So I would just focus on one at a time. Get to a place where you feel like you did it, whatever that means for you. Like, accomplishment is different for everybody, but like, do it enough that you can say like, okay, I tried that, and then move on to the next thing.
For sure.
And then move on to the next thing. Like make it a habit of setting goals and then finishing them. For example, my goal for this is like 12 podcasts, 12 episodes.
Just
after that, if I stop, like, my goal is not 1 billion views. My goal is 12 episodes.
And you go into it with somewhat of a plan, right? Like you were explaining. Well, last night you were explaining how for the trip on the cruise that like
Oh yeah,
you had
yeah,
you had something planned out, like some sort of structure at least.
I definitely think about things, but I don't really structure it.
Because one thing I need to do is I think just like sit down, whether it's for like 10, 20, 30 minutes, just like with nothing, and just like think about, I guess, what I want to do without the distraction of like notifications or
Yeah.
videos.
And
just like
that's-
really just think about my interest in what I want to do. And I think I failed to do that a lot.
Like you
So,
said, it's a lot easier to just turn on the Heat game,
yeah,
go to the gym, which is
Distract
great
yourself,
things. But
for sure.
I also feel like, and you'll agree with me, we're too young to be like our final selves.
Dude,
Like,
yeah,
you're
of
what,
course.
23?
23.
23? It's not, like, it's too early and too young in our lives for us to be like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to learn anything
And that's
else.
why it's important to try things.
Yeah, that's why now I'm trying to like try different things like this or running a marathon. Which, by the way, I ran the marathon.
Insane,
I finished.
of course.
I didn't die. Update.
Of course.
Rick was there.
Yeah.
Completely off topic.
No,
there's
but
a
that's
video-
important because it's 2 things in the past month, big things that you've tried.
There's a video
And I'm sure you've learned a lot about
of me
yourself.
running the marathon, and
I have some good pictures.
my
too.
friends are there and they film it. Super happy for me, screaming, very wholesome moment. And then at the end of the video, you hear a voice say, "He's going pretty slow."
Who was that?
You remember who that was?
That wasn't me.
Let's fucking go!
Yes, sir. He's going pretty slow.
Was it?
You sure? I'm
Dude,
trying to find it, but
we tried keeping up with you a little bit. You were fast.
so not fast enough for him.
But you wanted to do it. You wanted to test yourself, and you did it. You didn't really think about it. Trained for 3 months sober, and you did it.
Sober.
A lot of people don't do that, including myself. So I'm trying to get better at that.
But I mean, I also hope that, and I don't mean this in like a conceited way, but I
Yeah.
hope that me setting goals and achieving them and like doing things I want to try, I hope that gets like you and all
Mhm.
of our friends to do the things they've been thinking about doing for a while and have never like actually tried.
Yeah.
Like for you, whatever that is. I hope that watching me do this and seeing that it's possible, I hope that you do it.
Dude, 100%.
You've been thinking
and
about something for the last couple of months or years that you
Mhm.
want to do and you just don't do it. It's time to do it. Let's backtrack. Let's rewind.
Yeah.
Do you remember how we met?
Okay, this is a great question. I do.
I'm going to ask everybody this.
I do. So,
This should be
December
interesting because I don't remember.
December 2020,
Oh, shit.
and we didn't actually we met, but we didn't meet. So, Joey.
So, we're in college.
So this is my senior year, your junior year, fresh out of COVID. So we had COVID the summer. Then from August to December was the first semester back, and it was still infested over there. And then December rolls around, Christmas break. This is the timeline, 2020.
So, Ricky went to FSU, not UF. And it's
Yes.
funny how this is a 6x6 podcast. And the first episode was 2 people that did not live in the 6x6, and now it's not even someone that went to UF. But you're still 6x6.
Let's go.
That's the whole point here.
Okay, so 2020 December, Joe has people over for a little whatever it is.
You're
little-
in Miami?
Yeah, at his house in Miami, because this is Christmas break, 2020, and you show up. So I'm there. It's pizza, whatever. Everyone's there.
I'm trying to remember this day, and it's like not.
You show up with a certain someone.
That is not how we met, bro.
Yes, it is.
Continue.
The reason you think it's not how we met
You're
is
wrong.
because
You're wrong.
no, this is true. Where else would we have met? We didn't meet during COVID.
You're saying December 2020 in Miami with a certain someone.
Yeah,
I wasn't with a certain someone in December 2020. So
you weren't.
your memory is all
but-
backed up.
No, you weren't. But it was like, from what I remember,
We met before that,
something
bro.
was happening. We didn't.
Okay, here's my perspective.
I'm not gonna finish my story.
I think it's wrong.
Okay.
but finish.
Go
it.
ahead, go ahead.
Go.
This is because we didn't even know each other at this point. So we're at Joey's house. someone's like, oh, that's Mickey. I'm like, oh, I've seen him, like, and then they, whatever. You're in the kitchen, I'm watching from afar. I think I had pizza in my hand.
Holy shit. You think your memory is good?
And then
Like, you got the details.
the only other thing I remember is we didn't talk to each other one time. We were on the L-shaped couch watching the game or whatever was on. A few people on the couch, and as soon as you and me were stuck on the couch together alone, not one word said to each other, you just got up and left. And I was like, all right, this kid, who is this kid? And like, we still had never met. Like, we were on the couch sitting next to each other, you got up and left, and I was like, okay.
Who is this kid and who does he think he is?
And I actually told this story the other day, talking to Daniel and them on the Xbox, because you came up. And I brought up this story, and I was like, but I love that kid now. It's crazy, but that's funny. So that's my perspective.
That's really funny. I mean, I appreciate the memory. Like, that probably did happen.
But I'm curious to see.
So that probably did happen. I'm a shy guy. You know, what do you want me to do?
So am I. Like, I think I've gotten better.
More than that, I'll be shy forever. But more than that, like, I'm very like loyal to my friends, like my good friends.
Yeah.
So anybody that's not my good friends, I'm like, why do I need to talk to them?
And that's exactly what.
Like nothing negative, but I'm just like, I already have like my brothers. Like,
of course.
Anybody else, I'm either like looking out for them, like so that they don't mess with me and my brothers, or like I just don't need.
Yeah, it's like you don't let people in easily.
I was talking to someone about this the other day. I don't need any more new friends. Like, I have all the friends that I need. I'll meet people.
You have a big group.
Yeah, I don't think I'm searching for like best friends. Like,
No, yeah.
so now it's just like maintain my best friends. Anyway, we keep getting like, maybe this is something we do, like even off the podcast, and I think it is that we got into like these philosophical conversations.
These tangents. We do have a lot of inquisitive convos, like deep convos about everything.
Ricky's my most philosophical brethren.
I introduced Mickey to Stoicism, and now he always sends me little things. But yeah.
He's my most introspective brother in Christ.
Anyways, introspective is the right word.
Yes.
Yep.
Anyways,
brother in Christ.
So I don't remember like an actual day that we met, like I did with Falk. I do remember the first times I was like hearing your name, and it always had to do with Xbox.
Linus.
Yeah, I was talking about like, I don't play video games, so I don't know, but like Xbox parties and.
Yeah. Just like the party chat. It's a
I would
constant.
hear Linus, and obviously your name's not Linus. I don't know why they call you Linus. I don't know if you want to get into that.
So, Call of Duty Modern Warfare rolls around. COVID 2020. It's all we did every night during COVID, which probably should have been building something like this for ourselves. But anyways, nights of our lives.
Sure.
And I named my player Linus the Curious.
Why?
And I was always so dominant in that game, so
Why'd you name him
everyone
Linus?
called me Linus. Because Linus is a funny name, bro. And look, it's stuck. I'm going to name my son Linus.
That's an electric story.
It's an electric story.
I never really thought about it, but like.
Linus
Cool.
the Curious.
Everything you do goes back to Xbox, I guess.
Yeah, Monk is also Xbox.
Of course. So, I would hear the name Linus and RDA, which is
Okay.
your initials. Not knowing you, I was like, what's an RDA? Like, who's RDA? Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that stand for? They weren't saying Ricky, it was like RDA, so I was like, weird. And then Linus, I didn't know it was the same person, but I was just like, who are these weird ass names that people are saying? And then, again, I don't know the actual day we met. I don't even know where it was. I don't know if it was Gainesville here, FSU. But it definitely was like slowly.
You know where we met, actually? And we didn't talk to each other at the tournament at Jake's house, the basketball tournament. And you were making a vlog, and I wasn't in the vlog at all. And because now I remember, and we didn't talk once that day. But that's where I first ever saw you, and I was like, oh, this is the kid with the vlogs. Remember? And then the thumbnail's like the winning
friends
team.
at that point yet?
Dude. That was also December 2020, so Joe's house was the second time we met, but we still hadn't met or talked at all.
You're scrambling my brain.
But sorry, continue with your story.
No, you're scrambling with my brain.
But that's actually the first time.
Whatever. The actual days don't matter, but there was a point of time that I knew who you were, which is probably this time.
Mm-hmm.
I knew who you were. I just knew you were like Ricky, my friend's friends. I didn't know like from where or whatever, but it was like very slow progress. It was like we probably didn't talk the first couple times. By the way, you're on that vlog. You made a over the head shot.
Oh, we got a.
Hey, listen, bro.
Oh, we got a hustler.
You guys didn't see my. You just Euro. But hey, just look at the stats.
Ricky just made a backward shot and he's upset you didn't get it.
Oh, I think I got it.
So yeah, your last semester in college is when I think we started to really get close. I guess because like there's a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So in the vlog where we went to surprise you guys in Tally,
Yeah.
we were friends at that point.
For
so
sure.
we had to become friends before that.
Yeah.
But I think around that semester is like when we went from when you became you went from my friend's friend to my friend, and then now that we're in the same city, even more. But
Mm-hmm. And then you stayed with me like our last month in college, and that was like one of the best weekends.
I escaped your apartment.
Who stayed with us? You, Jake, and Prado. Prado slept in one of our roommates' beds the whole weekend.
Yep. I just slept on the couch, I guess.
Yeah.
A little background. Ricky went to Belen, same as all my friends. Went to Belen, grade above me. Friends with my friends from before that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So lifelong friends with my friends, and then obviously that
Yeah.
led into us.
Yeah, I met all your friends from Columbus freshman year of high school because we played basketball at the YMCA. And so
So it wasn't like you didn't go to St. Thomas.
I didn't go to St. Thomas. I went to St. John Newman, and then we went to Belen in 6th grade.
You gotta either speak up or just get closer.
And so
No, not like that.
one person I've known since I was 11 years old.
You're hurting the audience's ears right now.
But I was wondering if you knew your Columbus friends, like in high school, if you guys were close, or was it more like a college
We
thing?
were like school friends, I'd say. Like we were friends in school because of CCNN, the broadcast club,
Mm-hmm.
especially Victor and Jake, and then Bancho. I think we hung out outside of school and like outside of CCNN events literally once.
Okay.
Like since my junior year.
So it was a Gainesville thing.
Yeah. And then when I got to Gainesville, it was like, oh, I really like these guys from what I know about them. I wasn't super close to them, but like I think I could be. Went out my first weekend, and that's it.
Is that the vlog, the college party?
I'm so glad I have that on footage. That night literally gave me my friends for the rest of my life,
Yeah, facts.
and I have it on film. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So what are
Belen.
you up to nowadays, Rick?
I'm about to graduate graduate school here in 2 months with my MBA.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's may or may not have been a little bit early on that, but hoping it works out and benefits me. And then shadowing and interviewing with a couple of marketing and advertising agencies because I'm interested in the more creative side of things. So that should be cool, exploring that side. I was in sales for over a year.
You're selling
which-
hammers, right?
I was selling outdoor and power equipment for Milwaukee and Ryobi.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's like one of the top brands for that stuff.
Yeah, Rick was selling power tools.
So I was selling
Out of the
power
trunk of his
tools
car.
and
Gaiocho.
power tools and lawnmowers and outdoor equipment, direct to consumer. So that was cool. I wasn't bad at it. I just don't know how happy I would be continued in sales compared to something like you do, like a cool environment
I work
around
for
like a
an
like-minded
advertising agency.
collaborative team. So
You know what's funny? I have kind of been thinking the opposite of that.
why?
Because so I'm an advertiser.
You like to be on your own?
I like what I do and it's fun, but I don't know if I don't know like how long I can continue it. And I've been thinking of going the more like boring route.
What does that mean?
Don't know.
What is the boring route?
Not advertising. I don't know. I'm talking about things I don't even know yet, so very cool. So just finishing school,
Yeah.
looking for work, working a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
seeing where life takes you.
Yep. Just trying to hopefully start something, building something.
Start a
soon.
hobby. I think hobbies are super important.
Yeah.
It keeps your mind like Because if you work 9 to 5, it's what keeps your mind like still like engaged and like carefree and having fun. And like you put your mind to things, you do them. Like I think you'd be great at whatever you do.
No
I
worries.
gotta bring some structure to this to this podcast because
We're a little bit all over the place.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have a different challenge with each guest I have. And your challenge is we go into these introspective conversations about like the future and things that
Life.
Nope, nothing concrete.
Being happy.
Stoicism.
Yep.
So let's just reel it back.
Let's go step by
So
step.
we talked about how we met, where we're at now. You know, me and Rick hang out a lot, go out. Good times.
Yep. Freestyle on occasion.
I'm trying to think of like what you like. So you love the NBA. What do you think of the state of the league right now? The game of basketball as a whole.
State of the league is insane. You have a new player dropping 50 every other day, and so I think the rules have changed in a way where, and this is purposefully, that scoring is more of an emphasis.
It's not like as defensive as our parents.
Yeah, and from an analytical perspective, they've figured out how to maximize scoring potential and obviously what shots are more efficient, a lot more three-pointers. We saw that from Steph Curry. He's changed the game, obviously.
You're even introspective about the NBA. That was,
Am I?
I thought that was impressive.
And so...
You just said analytically.
Yeah, analytically. It's a big word.
I thought you just liked watching the NBA. I didn't know you were...
Yeah, so they have whole game plans and structures about... Like, there are certain coaches who emphasize shooting threes more than others, or they're defensive coaches. But for the first time in a long time, it's balanced in a way, and the talent is so immense, especially from the age of like 20, 25, when it used to be more of a veteran league, to the point where people can come into the league and the first 1, 2, 3 years make an enormous impact, and it's shaped the league in a way where instead of 2, 3, 4 teams at most being favorites, it's 8+, 8, 9, 10 teams who can legitimately go all the way.
Anybody can like just turn up one game, and if it's the right game, that's their season.
Yeah, and so it's in a really good place. And the other night, LeBron just scored the bucket to pass Kareem and the all-time scoring leader.
Let's make this episode a little part of history. So, what, 2-3 days ago?
On Tuesday night, yeah.
LeBron became the NBA's all-time leading scorer.
Yes, sir. Passing Kareem.
Now we're talking about it.
38,000 something. He's 38. He's gonna go probably until he's 43, and so he'll surpass 40,000. We'll see if anyone catches him, but
that's crazy.
But that was awesome to watch, and it was funny because he scored the bucket and the entire game stopped, like mid-third quarter, end of third quarter, the whole game stopped. Cameras rushed the floor, and they had a whole ceremony in the middle of the game, like while the other team was just watching, which is funny. I mean,
I thought that was after the game.
Middle of the game. He hit the shot and game stops. Everyone cheers. That's it. Family on the floor.
I knew they call a timeout, like for a standing ovation and all that, and then they do all that after the game, but I can't believe they did that during the game.
There were 10 seconds left in the quarter, and they said, no, stop the game right now. And
that's funny.
And it was funny. A whole ceremony, like 10, 15 minutes.
All right. What do you think of the Heat?
The Heat are...
They're all over the place.
Pat Riley's sleeping, man. He, I think Bol would have carried us to a championship.
Bol.
No, I'm kidding. But in all seriousness, he has folded on a few opportunities the past couple of seasons. Everyone expected him to make a big move by the trade deadline on Thursday. It was at 3 o'clock on Thursday, and we were one of 3 teams in the whole league to not receive a new player, which is pretty disappointing, obviously, for Miami fans.
If you were the GM of the Heat, what would be your game plan? I know it's a tough question. You didn't think you were going to be answering today.
No, but I say things like this all the time. It's tough because Bam and Jimmy have games where they are who they are or meant to be. And a lot of times they don't, and that inconsistency is not going to fly today.
It's not flying.
It's not going to fly, man.
Not flying for Slake. Yeah, but Bam, I think Bam has a lot more like upside than.
Honestly, I would keep Bam before I keep Jimmy.
Really?
I think we can get a lot for Jimmy. And obviously, I love Tyler Hero. If we need to trade him for something crazy, do it. Because obviously something isn't working. I think he's very passive. And
I just love him as a person, though. So
he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, I'm very emotionally attached.
I love how he gets his teammates involved, but he needs to score when we need to score, you know.
Yeah.
And
he kind of looks for like the pass or the foul. Sometimes he needs to take over because if he's like going to be our star player, which that's his role.
if he's going to be the number one,
yeah, he has to take over games.
and I think it's too many players that are like, I don't know if we can win a championship with like someone else being the number one every night,
Yeah.
which people used to think would work, but I don't know if it'll work anymore. Because Jimmy has a very quiet 20 on a lot of nights when he should have like
40.
have the quiet 20, but then have a loud 12 to finish the game, and he doesn't do it. And Bam's inconsistent as well, but he gets his mid-range down. We're good. Tyler's been pretty decent this season. And then everyone wants Lowry out of here, obviously. So we'll see.
He's not contributing much.
But the Heat are in a very mediocre spot right now. We lost a couple defensive players, and we're back in the middle of the pack. So we'll see. Buyout market. We may get Russell Westbrook, but we'll see.
Dude, I do not want Russell Westbrook. So I have to admit, like, how I think about the NBA, I think mostly in personalities.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not want Westbrook. I don't need that drama. And I want Jimmy because he's no drama.
I think they'd play well together, honestly. Besides the no shooting, I would rather have him right now than Kyle Lowry. And it's a fresh start. Who knows?
How does Westbrook ever like gel with his teammates? I feel like he's never gelled properly with anyone.
Yeah, so he's a very ball dominant player, and so it's tough. But I feel like that. Yeah, I just feel that the Heat system would deter him from doing that more. That's why Kevin Durant left to OKC, because
that was gonna be my next question.
You can't win with that guy.
That was gonna be my next question. What do you think of the recent huge trades coming out of Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving.
Insane. It was 1 a.m. when the trade came out.
I saw it the next morning. Yeah.
Kevin Durant to the Suns for 4 first-round picks, an insane defensive player, Mikal Bridges, two-way player, which they didn't want to throw in the deal, but they had to if they wanted Kevin Durant. And I think
Johnson, right?
And Cam Johnson, who's a sniper, and he can play a little bit of defense. And so their depth is kind of gone. Their future's gone in terms of Phoenix. But they're pretty much the favorites now.
Yeah.
With those 4 guys.
They still have Booker, Chris Paul,
DeAndre Ayton, and Kevin Durant.
And that's. I think it's gonna like work well together because those are all different positions. Like it's not like they're
100%.
competing for the ball. Like you got Chris Paul.
And you have the good
one,
center also.
Booker at the 2, KD at 3 or 4, 8 and 5. Like.
And CP3 will be fine now. Like he's 38, but he's not gonna have to do a whole lot with
Exactly.
2 monsters.
Right, he's not being asked to like lead the team. He's just there to not turn the ball over, like kind of keep them all in check.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for him as a veteran.
And of course, Kevin Durant, scumbag, going to, obviously now they're the immediate favorites. He joins things that are already built, huh? That's what I saw on Twitter the other day.
Awesome.
But he turns out he requested the trade to Phoenix, so which obviously we knew like may happen anyways, but that was his preferred landing spot. So he got his wish. Here he goes on another stacked team.
Classic KD.
Out to ruin LeBron's legacy. And it's funny because the Suns owner he just got approved to own the team a week and a half ago.
I heard about that.
And so immediately he's like, let me get KD here. And if you're the Nets and Brooklyn in this situation, it's one of the biggest failures in NBA history.
But I mean, I don't claim to know a lot about the NBA, but I personally did not think that was gonna work from day one.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, because
Weird personalities meshing.
yes, I don't think Kyrie works anywhere he goes. But yeah, I thought it was just too much for one team. Like when you have too many stars,
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna work. It worked for the Heat because Bosch Bosch knew his role. He wasn't trying to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely was some nights, but he wasn't like trying to be every night. So I think you just can't combine like too much talent or too many of like either similar personalities or polar opposite. There needs to be like a good mesh between everything. And I didn't think that was gonna work from day one. Apparently you and me are like NBA geniuses. Maybe that's what this is turning into. This is
I was gonna say this is like a little. I could start a podcast on NBA.
you definitely could. You're very like thoughtful about it.
Yeah, it's a weird mesh. Those three guys. James Harden wanted to leave immediately. Whatever. I thought KD and Kyrie were gonna be fine this year. We'll see. How they do separately, but.
So what do you
You're
think
right.
Kyrie?
And Kyrie has had an immediate impact on the Mavericks. Luka is injured. Luka Doncic is injured. The best player in the league practically right now. He's very ball dominant though.
But so is Kyrie.
And so is Kyrie's. He was saying in an interview the other day he likes playing off the ball. So Luka's definitely more ball dominant. I don't think the Mavs were ever gonna win a whole lot with him having the ball 85% of the game in his hands. It's just tough, especially when it comes to the playoffs. I think Kyrie's going to help him to play off ball, and he's someone who Luka can dish to, compared to Spencer Dinwiddie or someone who, obviously Kyrie's an insane player. And without Luka, his first two games, he's beat a couple of the top teams in the league.
Wait, Kyrie's already played for the Clippers?
Kyrie's played 2 games, and he beat the Clippers with Kawhi and Paul George playing. And he had a great game, first game.
You think that team has a good chance of working out?
Yeah. We'll see when Luka comes back, but Luka needs to fit in with Kyrie. I don't think Kyrie needs to fit in with Luka.
Again, I just look at personalities, so I'm not the biggest Kyrie fan.
Yeah.
I don't think any team he goes to works well.
Uh-huh.
And you look at his track record, like they always implode. His time in Boston ended badly. His time in Brooklyn ended badly. I don't know about the Cavs.
Yeah, he's a weird mindset.
It's like, I don't know if he's selfish. Like, I don't know enough to call him selfish, but it is like a weird coincidence that everywhere he goes, he ends up being like, the spotlight's on him. He has an issue. Someone has an issue with him. Like, he's always at the center of negativity.
For
And I don't know if he attracts that or if it's just his personality, but
Yeah, I would say it's his personality. He tries to be a very deep thinker at times, almost like he's above other people, and it's tough, obviously. But I think he's getting better at it.
he's the Kanye of basketball.
Yeah, he's a kind of
Compared to like talent off the charts,
Yeah,
it's a little crazy.
he does seem like a good guy though. He's, I don't know. Obviously, people have their opinions, but he doesn't seem like a terrible person or
He
anything.
doesn't seem like a bad guy, but he seems just like a self-centered person. And not in a way that like I'm sure his teammates don't hate him,
No.
but it's very easy to let him take over the entire team by him being so self-centered.
Yeah, and I think he needs that number 2, or he needs that second player. He can't do it alone, obviously. And Luka is similar to LeBron in his play style, so maybe it'll work out. As it did with LeBron.
Rick, you could be the GM. You could be the commissioner.
I should be the commissioner.
I think, what if Mickey Arison is watching this and he's like, you know what, I like this kid. I like where his mind's at.
Yeah, we should tag him.
My name's Mickey. Mickey Arison.
Damn. I'm gonna tag him on the story I repost.
Alright, so that's basketball by Rick.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
The recording stopped, so.
Bro, mine stopped 50 minutes ago.
15?
50. It only recorded 11 minutes. Check. Bro,
Wait, is that for real?
I hate this shit.
I wonder if mine picked up your voice.
I just checked to make sure it was still recording. I just checked to make sure it was still recording, and it only recorded 11 minutes.
Maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Whatever, bro. Like we're in deep. We just keep going.
What's the plan?
It's gonna be shitty audio the whole video. That's it.
But what? You're gonna use this audio?
Who knows? I'll figure it out. I'm sorry, guys, that you had to sit through a terrible video today. I'm really trying to get better every time. Sorry, Rick, but I'm back now.
We're back. What are we gonna do? Oh my god, bro.
Whatever. I'm back now. Anyway.
Quite the first appearance on a
Jesus.
podcast, Rick. How do we think this episode's going, Mickey?
Horrible.
I would say the same, as honestly as possible.
All right, let's make this positive though. I am trying to get better at this every episode, and you can't get better if you're not learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
So, this is a learning experience.
I wasn't saying that, by the way, that you're doing a bad job. I think
it's just tough. Like
it's just a tough thing with both of us.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm gonna get better every episode. I guess this will be one of the worst ones.
So to
But there's
catch you
gonna be
guys
12.
up,
So
Mickey's audio only recorded the first 10 minutes
yeah, they
of
can
this
they can hear me now.
of this 50-minute little segment we've had. So for those first 50 minutes, you're probably going to hear Mickey faintly in the background of my microphone.
No, I'll take the audio from this.
Okay.
They're gonna hear me, but they're gonna be pissed the whole time. Like, why can't I hear this guy?
Things happen. Look, you learn something every day. You learn something
Yeah.
every episode.
And this is the first time I'm using these, so like. Anyway, we could talk about 6x6, like.
No music.
Well, I just changed my mind. What do you want? Which one do you want to talk about?
6x6.
All right, so I already mentioned this, but you didn't even go to UF.
No.
Went to FSU, which we can also talk about.
Now let's get into a fucking stride.
Let's get into it. Let's go.
Let's go.
So you went to FSU, didn't go to UF, but I consider you 6x6, and everyone else would
I
agree.
appreciate that.
And I just think that points to how much of a family and how connected it is, despite the name starting in one place, but it's
For
really
sure.
grown to more than that.
Yeah.
So how can you speak on 6x6? What does it mean to you?
I'm really happy, like, with that group of friends in general. It's like, I feel like we all click pretty well. And we're just all kind of open to a lot of things. And I don't know, it's meant a lot to me to, like, get closer to everyone. And especially, like, in the Gainesville trips, like I've told you guys, those were, like, some of the best memories I had towards the end of college.
Yeah, you had some fun in the 6x6 yourself.
It's an awesome group of people. Very underrated group of people.
Underrated? I think we're very highly rated.
Yeah, I would say so also.
Well, we're
But-
happy to have you in the 6x6. Rapid fire. So music. You like rap?
I love rap.
Talk to me about some of your favorite artists. Me and
listen-
Rick, it's one of the things we have in common, I'd say.
Yeah, so we like
Music.
music a lot. A couple artists I listen to are Gunna, and I love Young Thug as well, which obviously is unfortunate because of the situation they're in.
Very, very unfortunate. Free
but-
YSL.
Actually, my favorite artist probably ever is Mac Miller.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
He's awesome. Just a completely new genre, basically, that he's made, almost with his
is
style.
a great
And
number
so,
one pick.
yeah, so he's been in, like, my top 5 listened for, like, 5 years.
He's in my top 5.
You guys introduced me. Nice. You guys have introduced me to Baby Keem, and he's amazing. Also, some of my other
Let's
friends,
go.
I put him on, and they're like, "What is this?" It's like
I don't know.
you don't have the taste for it, I guess.
We went to the Baby Keem concert.
We went to the Baby Keem concert
How
at
was that?
Revolution, my first concert.
Wow.
We chose not to be in the mosh pit.
Yeah, we could have gone mosh pit, which me and Jake did the first time. Almost died. One of the greatest days of my life, but also one of the worst.
Yes.
So the second time when we went, we were on the balcony, literally watching the mosh pit.
Mm-hmm. And he made eye contact with us a couple of times. He looked at you and Jake, and then he said something like, "I see a lot of familiar faces in here." Who knows? It could have
Did
been
he
you
say-
guys.
I think he did.
He
Was
did
he
say
looking at
that.
us when he said that?
He, not when he said it, but
I'm sure he saw me and Jake and was like,
He
"Oh,
was like,
these guys
"Those are
know us for
my-"
Atlanta a year ago."
yeah, that's probably what he said.
Yeah, I'm sure.
One of my favorite pictures I've ever taken, which maybe we pop up on the screen,
I don't know. Pop it up.
was at that concert. It's right here. So great impression on me concert-wise. Great first introduction to a concert.
Nice. So, are you comfortable?
And so music's awesome.
Are you comfortable sharing a top 5 list, or is that too tough?
Sure. On
Go
like
for it.
music,
Yeah.
like rap.
Top 5 artists of all time. Doesn't have to be. Well, yeah, just rap.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest. I'm not extremely cultured in other genres, but let's say rap.
We gotta change
Anything
that.
about
but
this?
one
No
step at a
particular
time.
order. Is Mac?
No. Particular order.
Really?
Yeah, we're making this tough.
Is Mac Miller?
Yeah.
Are we counting him?
Yes.
I'll put him. Okay. Probably.
I want to make this juicy.
So Kendrick probably.
Kendrick over
Like
Mac?
personal preference, Mac Miller won.
Okay.
I love Kendrick. I still listen to all his songs, like old songs in the car. It's like
So Kendrick 2.
Kendrick too. This is personal.
Of course.
J. Cole introduced me to the whole scene. So
This is a
J. Cole number 3,
solid list.
which I know some people wouldn't appreciate, but J. Cole number 3. I'm talking about Jacob.
Jacob doesn't know anything about music.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I'm saying this now so that hopefully he can come and defend himself on this hot seat. But Jacob doesn't know jack.
Nothing.
Continue.
He got his baby Keem as his number 1.
Well,
That's all
that's
you
the
need
only
to know.
good. That's the only good choice. That's it.
Unfortunately, Keem is not in my top 5.
Hey, he's too young. He will be.
Yeah.
He is in a very like strange spot right now because he's so good, but he's also so young that like.
And he's finding his style. It's so new,
Mhm. Yeah.
which I think it was why he blew up, obviously. And he works a lot with Kendrick. J. Cole 3.
They're primos.
Yeah. This is all personal preference.
Oh.
So I would put. Damn. I would put Gunna and Young Thug 4 or 5.
You kind of switch gears like from 3 to 4 there.
Why?
Because
Oh.
Mac, Kendrick, and J. Cole are all like very
Lyrical.
lyrical, conscious rap. Like,
I love the
And then-
production also.
And Mac and Kendrick are insane at that, obviously.
and Cole.
J. Cole production, but he's obviously like a lyrical
Mhm.
genius, as the other ones are too. And then Gunna more than Young Thug. It's like the flow he has. Like it's like the
It's-
like you know what I mean. It's just like let me bob my
unmatched,
head.
But it's hard to put it. I completely agree. I listen to Gunna and Young Thug and all those guys too, but it's hard to put them in like all time lists because I don't think they're gonna like last.
Yeah, I
in-
guess
in
those
the
are my.
conversation, you know.
I guess those two are right now in my top 5.
But that's all time top 5.
All time. It's not like I'm a big Jay-Z guy or like a big Nas guy, or I'm not like an old head like
I
that.
mean, they can be your top 5. Well, okay, so I'll give my top 5, but
I'm trying to think of
that's
who else.
fine. That's a good top 5. It's definitely started out stronger than it ended, in my opinion.
I would agree, but
But if that's what you
those
like.
are two of the artists. Oh, take Thug out and put Drake at 4, Gunna at 5.
We forgot Drizzy.
We forgot Drizzy.
Aubrey.
Of course.
Oh no, people would be forgetting him.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of in that same place right now with Drake. So,
So 4 out of 5 you would agree with.
yeah,
Not
That's a
agree,
super
not agree,
solid
but,
list.
but solid.
Super solid, and it actually shares a.
Gunna
couple,
has
too.
to be in there for me. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
That guy's absurd.
That's fine. Personal top 5. I don't know if this is weird, but I think about this every day. Like,
Okay. Every day.
I love. To me, it's like an honor. Like, damn, they're my top 5. I don't know. I think about it. So, all-time rappers. Number 1 overall, Kanye.
Forgot
West.
about him, but he's not in my top 5.
You could argue Kanye is not the best rapper on my list,
Mm-hmm.
but he's the most like he has a combination of like the rapping, the singing, the production, the artistry. So in like everything together, he's number 1. Number 2, I would say Mac, and number 3 is Jay-Z, by the way. The only reason those are like kind of interchangeable, but the only reason Mac is above Jay-Z is because he's more versatile. He's again like he has the rapping, singing. he's a lot more like versatile than Jay-Z, who's strictly rapping. Jay-Z though is I think the greatest rapper, like hardcore rapper on my list, but he's not one, so it's kind of weird.
Billboard just released a top 10 and he was number 1.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
So the best rapper on my list is number 3, but whatever. Jay-Z 3.
Okay.
And then it starts to get kind of weird. I think, honestly, I'd put Drake also.
Okay.
At 4. And I haven't even listened to all his stuff yet. I'm going through it.
Really? Damn.
So I do this thing where at the beginning of every year, I pick an artist that I
go through the whole thing.
Yeah. So I'm doing Drake. I've gone through most of it, but it's...
Like Jack Harlow 5 or no?
I don't know if that's a joke.
It was a joke, but I do like Jack Harlow.
I mean, me too, but no. And then 5, it could be a couple different guys. It used to be Logic. OG
like
Logic is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
He's insane.
And I will argue that with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I can't reward him for his fall-off. He has one of the worst fall-offs in music history.
Yeah, his new stuff is not it, honestly.
And it hasn't been it. He actually still does drop a couple good songs. His album from 2 years ago was really good. But just the inconsistency and his whack shit is really whack.
He can really rap, though.
Can't put him in the list. J. Cole is in the conversation.
Okay. Number 5, here we go.
But, and it's a weird pick, but I gotta go with my gut. It has to be Keem.
Okay.
Like, I've never been so excited.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen any of my favorite artists in their prime.
Okay, cool.
Kanye is before my prime. Jay-Z was before me. Mac, I didn't go through Mac till after he died.
That's when I really went through him as well.
Yeah. So I've never like been so excited and so like emotionally connected to a artist than Keem. So even though he doesn't have a lot of music out yet, and he's still super young, which means he'll go up in the list, he has to be in there. That's it.
Those are pretty great. Is that recording? So to recap, top 5: Lil Tecca, Lil Baby.
Yeah, sorry, the camera stopped, but
the
top
Baby,
5 was
Jack Harlow and Lil Spice or whatever, Lil Spice.
Ice Spice.
And Moneybagg Yo.
It's definitely Moneybagg, Ice Spice.
The Baby.
The other guy from Outkast.
Cardi B.
Big Boy.
Yeah.
Cardi B has to be up there.
94 Fatso.
Shout out. Big Nick. Fat Nick.
Shout out 94 Fatso for real though.
Killian. No, not Killian.
Color Bay. Color Bay. Color Ridge.
Okay, we're not getting into...
To actually recap, go through it real quick.
I'll tell you your top 5, you tell me mine.
I don't remember yours.
This is why we're doing podcasts, Rick, to pay attention to each other.
Yeah.
To learn. You had Mac, Kendrick, J. Cole,
Okay.
Drake, Gunna.
And you had...
What an asshole. Like, 3 of them are the same.
I know Jay-Z was your 3, Drake was your 4, Keem was your 5, Kendrick was your... No, never mind. Kanye was your 1, of course.
Who was my 2? Oh, Mac.
And Mac. Okay. That's a good list. These are good lists.
Those are 2 good lists, I think.
Moving on. We're going to pop up the little freestyle we did.
NFT, Google that.
Push and P. NFC.
What's P?
With a fishy. Go and get your blicky. 50s in my pocket. Fucking pocket rocket. Amanda wants to suck Victor's little fucking socket. 6'3" with a T. Pushing P. Monkey in my tree. Bring him down. Fly a kite. Roam around. Driving the 50K.
Keep going.
On my racks.
Don't
Keep
stop.
going. Fucking DJ K. Invest in cryptocurrency. Reese's Puffs. Get my nut off. Euphoria. Shit.
Euphoria. We gotta bring Sweeney back into his round.
Sydney Sweeney, suck my weenie.
Sydney, suck my weenie. Tom Holland, fuck that bitch.
Oh my god. Should we freestyle?
We should freestyle.
And by we I mean
God.
you. By
This is
we I
gonna
mean
be
you.
Not good. Nah, we shouldn't do this.
Are you sure?
I don't know. You lead me.
I don't know if I can play a beat right now.
With my man Mick.
Hold on, I gotta play a beat. What type beat do you want? What rapper? Gunna type beat?
Like a Gunna type beat.
Alright.
Yeah, let's not do this,
Dude,
honestly.
This is... I don't want to put you on the spot, but Rick is a good freestyler, though. Unfortunately, you guys won't get to see it, but...
No, we're not gonna.
I don't know. Alright. Slick Rick. Is there anything else you want to cover today?
How are you doing
In what way?
in life?
Doing good. Doing well. I am, as you can see, putting my mind to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
The marathon, the podcast, obviously work and my friends and all that. And I think it's helping me. I think it's helping me grow and make it a habit of like accomplishing goals, setting goals, accomplishing them, making moves. Like it's becoming a habit. Working out. Like when you start to force yourself to do things, it kind of catches momentum and you keep going.
Nice.
So that's where I'm at. I'm still figuring out my life in terms of what I want to do, where I'm going to be. I don't know.
As we all are.
But I'm like just doing shit I want to do. I don't know.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point of life. You got to try as much stuff as possible.
How are you doing?
Especially early on. I'm good. I'm happy I got to do this. I think this is going to be, from the 2 episodes, the one where you'll learn the most. There'll be the most growth from this.
Well, it was this one's interesting because I think I mentioned this on the first episode. Like with Falk, I knew from the beginning the topics we were going to talk about.
And so
it was very structured and like easy.
Yeah.
This one was not structured at all. Like we could talk forever, but like about random things, and I don't know how that's going to translate to the cameras. Like I don't know if anybody's following what we're saying. But
this is gonna
I'm
be
enjoying it.
This is gonna be a tough listen.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a tough listen. But
yeah, at least we know that though. Like,
but if you made it to this, and I'm a little bit disappointed about that, to be honest.
let's put wait, say something to the camera. Let's put this clip at the beginning of the video. So disclaimer, this is gonna be a tough listen. We're very sorry.
This is gonna be a tough listen for sure.
So buckle up.
But Mickey's gonna learn a lot from this episode. So
yeah. Great.
But yeah, I think in terms of the structure, just some bullet points. It doesn't have to be like immense research, but definitely have like small topics to flow into.
I mean, I knew we were gonna talk about like sports, music, like how we met, and then that just kind of goes into things.
That was
if we could talk about stoicism.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother.
That's just controlling your emotions, being on the.
Yeah, tell the people what stoicism is.
I would have to look up an exact definition, but
stoicism is a word that Ricky put me onto. I don't know why. I don't know why he put me onto it. Ricky just disconnected his microphone. I don't know why he put me onto it, but it's honestly stuck with me. And every time I see or think of something related to it, I let you know. It's like, I think of it as like a quarterback. You know how a quarterback can get rattled, like whether he's doing really well or really bad. You know, you gotta stay even keeled and just not let anybody take advantage of your emotions. You gotta stay
level-headed. It's not being too high, not being too low.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just a way of living. Like, here, let me read an actual definition. So it's from ancient Greece.
Woo! Getting introspective.
So this is the actual definition. It's the endurance or pain of hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint. So yeah, just controlling your emotions, and
would you say
I
that
think everyone can benefit from it.
Would you say that you try to live your life that way? Because I mean, I'd be lying if I said every second of the day I live my life like that, but it's definitely stuck with me since you told me about it, and it's something that I think about and try to Keep
Just
in
like
mind.
stay calm. Like don't let outcomes you don't like dictate your actions like that. You know. And I introduced it to you because I saw your emotions like control you a couple of times. That's why I introduced it. And same for me. I have to work on like not complaining a lot.
Damn.
But yeah.
I didn't know that you like told me that for a reason.
You said why. You asked why, so I might as well.
No, that's good.
Yeah. No.
I thought you just tell everybody that.
What?
I thought you would just go around town like spreading stoicism.
I do, but not like I don't know. You're the only person that like I've like specifically sent things to.
Me and Rick get deep,
Yeah.
which we won't for now. But
But it's easy to with you guys. Like there's not really any judgment. Like
I think one day, who knows when, we'll do this again and get real deep.
yeah, we'll probably have to do this again in the future, late down the line. But this was not what it was what I was expecting, but from a personal comfort wise, it wasn't. Like
Why?
it's different for me, like being on camera and stuff.
How do you
I
think?
thought it was cool. Like it was a good conversation.
As the guest, like, what did you expect? How did it kind of live up to what you expected? Or
Obviously, first episode, first time you do anything is not going to be the greatest thing ever. But
oh, thank you.
I'm saying from you know what I mean. Like towards the beginning, I was like thinking about everything I was gonna say instead of just like going in there and just having a combo.
I think we just had a combo. I was less nervous, maybe
Okay.
because it was my first episode and there was
For
like
sure.
actual things to talk about. But this one, I was just like, I honestly forgot the cameras are here sometimes.
Nice.
And
Dude,
I'd have to be like, what are we talking
I
about?
blacked out for a couple minutes
Yeah.
too.
So I mean, I'm glad you feel comfortable.
What do you think? Last question. What do you think the retention is going to be on this episode?
The retention,
Like, click off after 10 minutes, or
dude, we were all over the place. Like
it was really all over the
people
place.
were. Yeah.
Those first like 30 minutes, tough listen, everyone. Which is fine. I think we both learned something.
I don't know what this episode was. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I'm trying to think back to what we even talked about. Like, I don't know.
Like how we met and like.
You know what matters though?
Group.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
That's all that matters. All right, Rick. That's Slick Rick, the no AGUIAR.
Anyways,
Thank you for coming on the show.
thank you for having me.
I think it went okay.
I think it went
I
okay
agree.
as well. Yeah, I had fun. I appreciate your time setting everything up
Anytime.
and for having me on in general.
Finish. Why don't you send us off with a quote? What's your favorite quote? I know you got something good.
The one about discipline and regret.
Dude, I mentioned this on the last
So
episode.
this is Mickey's favorite quote.
It's definitely one of them.
It's
It's very good. And I found it, by the way, like word for word now.
go read it real quick and then I'll say.
Everyone must choose one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
And so what I would leave you with is just start, man. Just do like, and I'm talking to myself too. Literally, just start. Whatever you want to do it. If you want to put something out, it's gonna be easier the second time after you get one out. Because we have probably we don't have a lot of responsibility right now, in terms of like.
Now is the time to like
now is the
explore
time to do it.
things, like try new
So
things.
just like Mickey's doing, try shit.
Be like
because-
Mickey.
Because if nothing else, you're gonna learn a lot about yourself. So
Yeah.
just start.
So
just start.
you want to leave that with the fans, but also for yourself.
For sure.
I hope so.
I think a lot of people need to hear that.
Good.
Don't get comfortable.
Never.
Never.
All right.
Hit the gym.
Hit the gym.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it. We'll be back. I'll be back next month for episode number 3, 6x6 podcast. Thanks for watching. Sorry about
Never
the
apologize
last hour. That's another Ricky quote. Never apologize.
for unnecessary things.
Thanks for watching. Rick, take us away.
Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. We love you. Peace.
We have fun. We keep things light, but also like we get deep.
Yeah, females. We talk about that
females. Rick, are the DMs open? I'm sure people want to know.
a lot. DMs are open. They're super dry.
All right, there you
Everyone
go.
think like, who slides into DMs these days? I don't get DMs, nor do I slide in any.
Have you ever gotten a DM? Like from a girl you don't know? Okay.
No, bro,
This is gonna be a
ever.
whole other thing. I don't know why we're talking about this.
Ever.